right, beautiful ladies. Well, I am so excited and absolutely honored to welcome you to our very first founders call for 10X Club. Yay! So thank you for being here. And I'm so excited to bring you powerhouse women together. So I'm your coach, I'm your guide, but I'm also the facilitator because every one of you has got so much to be able to add and contribute to each other in this space as well. So we have a jam-packed hour of power to kick us off. And you know, I love to go on tangents. So I even have an agenda today. Who even am I? So the first thing that I really want to do, it's really important for all of us to be able to contribute to each other, is that you know who you are. Now, I know a couple of you have met. There's a few new faces. So what I want to do to kick off is have you actually introduce who you are, what you do, and then we'll kind of, it's basically, I'm going to ask a series of questions today and you're all going to share so that you can all get to know each other. So you haven't got just me in your corner, that you've all got each other in your corner as well. Now I am recording, so I'll be able to send you out Errol will send you out a link if you want to replay, but of course take notes and feel free to ask questions in the chat as well. Alrighty, so for our intros, who would love to kick off and dive in and go first? Oh, Mira and then Sue. I saw Mira's hand went straight up. So Mira, Sue, then Georgie, then Jen, and then Kylie. That's our order. So over to you, beautiful woman.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
We can hear
Can you
you.
hear me? Yeah? Okay, cool. Thank you. Okay, I thought I'd kick off because I do so many things. And thanks to this mastermind that we're going to do together, I'm going to figure out what it is that I'm exactly going to do. So I am hospitality, like by growing up and by trade. Went to college for that and everything. 35 years hospitality and people experience. And I've always had interest in the health part of life. When my first husband got ill and just everything for myself. So I am an ambassador for an associate for a network marketing company that I have a very warm spot in my heart for. So that's a big part of my life. But I'm an author as well. I've written one book in Dutch. I am writing a second book in English, which is the end of the book is a workshop kind of book, how I found sobriety and everything that I did in my life to become kind of like the 10x woman that I'm going to be, that I am. So yeah, so Kylie T and I are gonna launch a program on the back of the launch of my book to help people from mess to magic, and I'm so excited and scared, and so it's gonna be so fun. And this is who I am. I'm 53 years
You're just
young.
starting to glitch
I've got
a bit
20.
there, Mira.
Oh, shame.
Oh, you're back now.
Oh, what
That's
was the
right.
last bit you heard?
Yeah, so the last bit was that you're launching a program, and I'd love you to share what it is.
Yes. How to move from mess to magic. Like, I was a young widow. I was highly addicted to alcohol. I moved countries. My second husband was not so pleasant. Just everything in that whole space and how I came out of that. And I would love to share with others that might be inspired to do the same as well, or have been there, or can relate, or for the book not just to be
You've frozen again, beautiful.
an entertained
Oh,
by
there we go.
itself. Oh,
No, that's
cool.
okay.
Well, I'm gonna switch my video off. I actually took my little internet outside to have it closer to me. So I'm
That's
sorry. But
okay.
that's it. It's gonna be magic, it's gonna be fun, and I'll just leave my video off for now.
And Mira,
That'll
there's one
help.
other really cool thing that you do. I believe we're going to start having some monthly online workshops with something.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to say, that we're gonna launch while I write the book with workshops. Oh yeah, I do vision boarding workshop. My apologies.
I was
That's
trying to
already
give you a
going.
hint there.
Yeah. That's the one that's already going. Vision boarding and dream building workshops. it's just so amazing. I'm so thrilled. And I can do that while I'm in the Netherlands, leaving tomorrow. So yeah, very excited. Lovely to meet all of you. I've met Sue before as well, and Jen and Kylie, obviously, but I don't know Georgie yet. And Allison. Hey,
Oh, that's
Allison.
right. I forgot Mira and Sue. You guys met on our dream trip to Gari.
Yay!
That's so cool.
Yay!
I love it. And
So
Alison.
look,
So Alison was at
yeah,
Gari as well.
fantastic. Yeah, we've been friends since, so just very, very thankful for all the connections. Look
Oh,
forward to hear
so
about the rest. Thank you.
well, Mira, thank you for jumping on, beautiful. I'm excited to have you here. So thank you for your intro. So who did I say was next? Was it Georgie or Sue? Sue, then Georgie. Okay, over to you, Sue Cooper.
Hello, lovely ladies. My name's Sue Cooper, and I run two businesses. So the first one is Pause for Change, where we teach heart-centered people how to become canine assisted learning facilitators and go out and deliver a variety of programs into the community to help people with emotional well-being challenges or mental health challenges. I've been doing that for about 6 months now and getting some traction. And my second business is Online Marketing Genies, where I work alongside business owners to support them with their digital marketing, search engine optimization, Facebook ads, lead gen, landing pages, all of that technical stuff that some people do tend to struggle with. And I've been in that space for nearly 30 years. I often say I haven't worked a day in 30 years because I absolutely love that aspect of what I do. And here to finally build a path to a business that supports me, not be a slave to running the day-to-day aspect of being a small business owner.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, beautiful. And did everyone just see the smile on her face when she said, I've never worked a day in my life? Like, she is the geekiest tech person I know. I just love it. Thanks, Sue. It's so good to have you here, beautiful.
Yeah,
And
it's
I
good to be
actually
here.
used to work with Sue. Well, we've got a long history, don't we? So
Yeah.
we started, when I was coaching at the National College of Business. Sue was part of one of my programs. And then Sue, when I had my 13 gyms, she did all of our websites and SEOs, and we kind of just keep circling back. So, and of course, then we did dream trips together, and here we are. So yeah, it's so awesome to work with you again, beautiful. So welcome, welcome. And we will be calling on Sue with her genius zone with tech on the calls as well, because she is freaking brilliant. All right, amazing. Georgie Jet, over to you. And I love your background. That looks so freaking cool.
Thanks, so hi everyone. I'm Georgie. I'm in Sydney, and I have had a birth business for 12 years as a doula, hypnobirthing practitioner, and placenta encapsulator. But I went to work for the man for a couple of years, and I just walked out of my job last month to focus on coaching. So I've actually just done a course, took an 8-week program that I'd written up and totally came out with a totally new offering. So my first sort of group coaching course is going to be around women in their 40s who feel who've been through toxic relationships, whether that be partners, family members, bosses, anyone really, any sort of toxic relationship, and basically providing them with their learning how to support themselves through the underneath causes of that and what they've been attracting into their life. And my sort of messaging through this course is going to be your story is your superpower once you stop hiding from it. So my business name is The Liberated Narrative, Healing the Story You Never Dared to Tell. So it's pretty awesome. I'm really pumped for it. And yeah, looking forward to working with Kylie to get this up and running.
Oh my goodness. I love that evolved version. That is
Yeah.
amazing. It's funny, like when you start working with someone and, as in your words, Mira, you start as a mess and then, you work through it. And just to see how far you've evolved in like 2 months already, is absolutely incredible. So I love that new focus with the toxic relationships. That's
Yeah.
really freaking powerful. And like, did you all get when Georgie shared, like instantly going, oh, I can relate to that. Like I know someone who's had a toxic relationship, whether it be a partner, a boss, a whatever. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
so cool. And what I love is there's so much clarity in that as well. So yeah, well done.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks,
Amazing.
everyone.
All right. So Jen, Kylie, and then Alison with our intro. So who are you and what do you do, the amazing Jen?
Hi everyone, it's so great to be here. I'm just down the road from Kylie, and it's freezing here in the Wet Sundays today.
I know,
It's probably
16
about 23
degrees.
degrees.
Ridiculous.
Oh, 16.
Well, my phone said 16.
Kylie, KB is laughing at us. I knew we'd get a few laughs.
Look.
Oh no, I should have worn my slippers.
We're
Anyway,
princesses here in the Wet Sundays, okay? I'm
Exactly.
proud of it.
Exactly. So I'm a spiritual transformation coach and holistic healer. That's a very long title, and we need to simplify things with me because I'm juggling a lot of balls at the moment. And I had a chat to Kylie last week, and so I run group online programs. I offer beautiful and powerful energetic healing sessions in person and via Zoom.
Which
I'm
are
hosting a
amazing.
retreat, and the retreats are going to be my thing. So, what did you say, Kylie?
I said, which are amazing
Oh,
healing sessions.
So the big things for me, and I've got a monthly membership, Illuminate. So the big things after chatting to Kylie for me is really simplifying my offerings and really identifying my niche market, I've got more clarity on now. And so my big focus is my retreat this weekend. So I am hosting a retreat on Friday through to Monday, and I want to refine what I'm upselling them into. So that's where my head is at the moment for this week.
I love that, Jen. Absolutely beautiful. And I really acknowledge you for being open to coaching. And I think this is really relatable for all of you. And I know Kylie's going to share next. And this was really her 6 weeks ago when we started working together as well, is just doing too many things. So really that simplification, you got to simplify to amplify. So that's so powerful. So yeah, just really honoring that process for you. And we're going to talk about that today as well. So thank you, beautiful. All right, KV. So because there's two Kylies, when Kylie and I partner and do our health resets, I'm KT and she's KV. And I've known Kyle's for, 20-something years. So Kylie, of course, is my health coach and 16 kilos down now, feeling freaking amazing. And so over to you, KV, for your intro.
You've done amazing with that. Congratulations. Another kilo, right? Every time we speak, she's like, oh, another one gone. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you thanks for your presence, all of you. This is so amazing when women come together like this. I absolutely adore it. And so, yeah, I've been in the health and fitness industry for over 25 years. I used to own a health club. So I owned one health club when Kylie owned 13. So I did see her as a big mind, big businesswoman, I guess. And so coming together, that's been extraordinary. And figuring out that I didn't have to, one of the biggest things for me was figuring out that I didn't have to be like you, KT, that I could be myself and running these programs together. That really helped do that. So I've been yeah, had my own health struggles as a young teenager, digestive issues and diagnoses and surgeries, even all sorts of things. And so that sent me, after the gym days, it set me on, on the path of studying nutrition and back to basics, even ancient protocols like Egyptian, ancient Greece, all of the ancients. And so I bring them in back to basic protocols when I'm teaching people. And I've been doing this one-on-one coaching for so long that all of the things I'm always teaching, all of these protocols and trying to support and trying to get all the information out while I'm with my one-on-one client, for instance. But Kylie's helping me streamline that and automate some of the things that I've been repeating over and over and over for years, right? So that's really beneficial. I'm so grateful. And it's not just the group coaching, but it's helping my one-on-one clients as well, Kyles, because they're getting so much more, and it's that connection. There's so much more connection. They're getting a lot more value out of me, out of their time. So I feel like I'm already serving clients from that overflow rather than burnout. So that's what you've taught me. And 6 years ago, I ended up becoming a single mum of 3 children. World went crazy as well. I ended up deciding to homeschool my 3 children as well. So working from home, I've really done absolutely everything and anything I can. I used to work in an office. I did a lot of, I was like accountant assistant. I wasn't an accountant, but I used to do all of that stuff, accounts receivable, payable. So I've even done debt collecting from home over the phone and things like that over the last few years, just to bring the money in. But my heart's always been, in this health coaching industry. And during that 6 years, because I've had my own emotional stuff come up with eating, with food connection, with connection to my own body and healing, that set me on another level of education. And being 50 now, figuring out all the hormone stuff going on. So I'm really moving into specializing for women, for hormones, for emotional eating, for all of this yo-yoing that we've all been through for many years, is just really reconnecting to our bodies, to our food, and reprogramming our brains. So that's what I'm more moving into, specializing for women over 40, 50, that area. So thanks for having me here, Kyles.
Oh, it's so good to have you, KV. And, obviously our stories are so aligned with the background in fitness. Our husbands leaving at the same time, single mum, world schooling, homeschooling. Like, it's just, it's crazy.
And
I just wanted to share one little thing that KV shared, just so that you all get the learning or the lesson from that, is the refinement in the way that she's delivering her coaching. And this is really important for everybody. I guess I learned this in the network marketing space. I've had some great mentors, and they always said, don't be the tool, point to a tool. And so it's where I really learned that you shouldn't be having the same conversation with a client over and over and over. And so what I do is, if it's an educational piece of information, they should be watching a video. Therefore, you say it once and you point them to the tool, and that's automated. So then what that allows, the space that allows, is when you're having one-on-one calls with people, and just like here, I won't do we will have coaching, of course, on these calls, but I'm not going to do a 1-hour training on these calls. I'll point you to a video that you can watch as many times as you like in your own time, and you've got that forever, because in these calls, we want to be able to connect and have those connected conversations to answer the questions with where you're at right now. So you can all take that on in your businesses, that when we're looking at systems and automations, it's to automate those repeated conversations that you have over and over. And it's the same, with Sue, with what she's doing with, when she partners with businesses in lead gen and the sales process. Like, you create a sales video, and then someone can watch that 24/7 while you're on holidays, while you're asleep, or while you're sunbaking at the beach, right? So therefore, when you do get to catch up with someone, it's a connected heart-to-heart conversation, because connection is the number one thing that people are missing in their lives right now. So that's super, super important. So thanks, KV, for sharing that. I just wanted to unpack that a little bit more. And we have the amazing Alison Rochelle, who's clearly driving in the car. So if you are able to unmute and share who you are and what you do, beautiful, that would be amazing. But keep an eye on the road. Don't look at us because we don't want you to crash.
Yeah, I'm holding my phone. So I'm Alison Rochelle, and I stepped into my power 2 months ago to really share my story of being in the police and a victim survivor of domestic abuse, and now designed to educate, empower, and change the systems and the way people are treated, and help on those systems instead of being isolated and gaslit more by the systems, giving them the power back, and really had a big shift again. And again, it's great.
Alison, you're like totally glitching out, beautiful. I know you've got Maddie next to you. Is she able to hold the phone maybe a bit closer to you?
Background stuff, because I realised that I need to be on the media, on the news. Yeah, so once I've dropped her at school.
Yeah, Alison, you're like really glitching, babes. You might not be in a good service area. Hey, Maddie. I don't know if you can hear us, honey.
I think she just said she'll talk after she drops Maddie at school.
Oh, okay. Perfect. No worries. That's cool. And I'll get you basically the purpose of doing these intros, one was so that you got a sense of who each other are, because and it's not B&I, right? But what I do know is when you show up and play full out to support everyone else who's in this mastermind, then law of reciprocity, it will come back to you. So I really wanted you all to share who you are and what you do. But the other thing is, and like, I'm just going to take KV for an example here. When I asked KV to share an intro when I was doing those 10X Connect calls, I was listening to her going, I know who you are and I don't even know what you do. Whereas now when she speaks, it's so clear with who she is and what she does. So we will keep doing these intros because this is your opportunity to practice in a safe space and get the feedback and coaching, because the more you do this and you get clarity, because the number one reason why people aren't buying from you is that the communication isn't there. It's not clear enough for people to understand who you are and what you do. Yeah. So that's part of this space, is to get that soul conscious clarity in the communication to be able to, share that in a compelling way. Okay. So the second part that I want to move into, and thank you for sharing your intros, by the way, they're amazing. This is all about getting you laser focused for the week ahead. And if we aim at nothing, guess what? We're guaranteed to hit it. So, it's my job to get you all out of your comfort zone. So, you're allowed to squirm in your seat. That's totally fine. Even you, Al, while you're driving, can squirm too. So first of all, just show of hands, maybe not Alison, you can like raise your finger on the steering wheel. Who has a target set for June? 1, 2 of you. Well, funny that, isn't it? So guess what? That's the first thing in your actions for today is you need to set a target. Now, I know, for example, Mira, you're literally jumping on a jet plane tomorrow and you're heading overseas, but I know that you've still got a mission overseas with the ASEA conference and doing your vision boards, which is massive. So you can still set a target for that. Everybody, no matter where you're at in your business, what stage, everybody needs to have a target, because if you aim at nothing, you're guaranteed to hit it. And I promise you, there is something magical about the universe and divine energy. When you set that target and call it in, then all of a sudden, the universe conspires to help you achieve that. Yeah. So that's so important. So you want a target for June. And then we want, what's the weekly focus? That's the next thing. What's your weekly focus this week that's in alignment with your target to be able to 10x your business? Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go around the Zoom room now, and I would like you all to share what is your target for June? And I know I'm putting you on the spot, and it doesn't matter if it changes 2 minutes after we get off the call, but just for now, what's in your heart that you would like to set as your target for June? So I'm going to go, Jen. I'm going to just go around my screen. So Jen, you're up first, then Kylie, then Sue.
Okay, so I want to book my second retreat in. So I have the accommodation booked, and I would love to have or call in 3 women into it who I know are interested. So that's one. Refine my niche. So I am really clear with who I'm messaging to, and refine my messaging in my socials to that niche.
Perfect.
That's June. There's probably more. I haven't really done
that's
it.
perfect, Jen. And with the 10X Club, you get access to 2 online courses in the portal. So there's Launch with Love and there's the Social Media Success System. The niche training and the messaging training in those courses is incredible. So if you can just send me a reminder on Messenger, and I'll send you the link directly to those lessons. You don't have to figure out where they are. I'll just send you direct to those.
Thank you. Another June target for me is to really refine what is in Illuminate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And though the weekly focus is to refine it as much as I can to on-sell it to the retreat women this weekend. So it doesn't need to be, so that's really the focus for me.
And my suggestion to you, Jen, is start with the niche first, because then when you're working out what's in your Illuminate membership, it's got to be what your niche needs. And remembering, and I know most of you have probably heard me talk about this, your niche, when they come to you, they're that ugly, fat caterpillar, right? And then you're the cocoon, and we want to transform them into a butterfly. So your niche doesn't need butterfly stuff. They need caterpillar stuff. What are the first steps? The caterpillar wants to eat leaves. So what are your leaves that they can eat is that first thing, because we've got to, with our marketing message, remember, we market to what they want. Once they've bought from you and they're in the cocoon, then we can give them what they need. If we're selling them what they need, it's going to be a big no deal from me. Yeah? Does that make sense?
Right. I love that analogy. I'd love to share just something after our discussions last week and after you experienced energetic shift session. A woman reached out to me and she was exactly my niche market woman. She came in for an energetic shift session and she's just perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So how interesting is that? Energetics.
So powerful, because you hadn't defined your niche. And then once we had that conversation, all of a sudden, and now everything that you do, you can actually, what's your lady's name?
The lady who just came in? Rel. Rel.
So now everything that you write, just think you're writing to Rel. The whole program is for Rel. So, and it's really good for all of you to do that, is to actually, like, when you find someone and go, oh my goodness, like, that's my person, that's my niche, like, name them. And you don't have to call her Rel. You can call her anything. But then is Rel, is that what she wants? Is that what she's thinking? So that you can really start to define and refine that, which is really powerful. Awesome. So Jen, so your number one goal is your October retreat and 3 spaces. So is that 3 paid in fulls, or are we looking at 3 deposits and then a payment plan, or a combination?
I'm going to say paid in full.
Great. So it's really important that you define that as well, because if you just say 3, you might have 3 say yes, but they don't pay you anything, right?
Yeah.
And so that's the other thing, is everyone should have a financial target for June as well. And I know that, not everyone is excited about, sharing financial targets and talking about money as I am. But again, that's why you're here. And, this is Magnetic Money Monday. So we also want to put a dollar figure on that for June too, Jen. So what's your dollar target for June? And I think you're going first, by the way.
For June, I'm going to say 10,000.
Perfect. I love it. Perfect. You can all make 10,000 this month.
Yeah.
100%. Awesome. All right,
Oh,
beautiful Jen. How does that feel? Like now you've kind of defined
great.
all that.
Really great. That's what I love. I need focus
Yeah.
because, I'm like this. Oh, I want to do that and I want to do that. And yeah, so I need
I love it. And
accountability.
here's the thing for all of you as we go through this part, I don't want you to worry about how you're going to do that. This is just declaring what you want, and then we're going to figure that out because everything's figure outable, isn't it, Mira? All right, KV, over to you, beautiful.
I'm still doing my maths. Hang on. No.
Mermaid maths on Monday. Seriously, it's not even 9 o'clock yet.
Made me madly like, oh man, I've got to share that. Look, so I've got my target. When you said target, that was my first question. Are you saying dollar or are you saying target as in, workload? But I've got a work target is the 3 programs that I've been working on is have them all uploaded and ready to go in Kajabi. I've got VA working on them maybe today. I haven't found out yet, but if he's got some time spare. So I've got my Reset Foundations, which is the back to basic health protocols that I've been on repeat saying for years and years. So I've put together videos for all of those now so people can what's it called? What's it called when
Evergreen.
they just go into evergreen? So it's an evergreen. It's not like a coaching program. That's an evergreen course. And I've got it's almost all of the information is up. I've got my 7 secrets for heart-centered, 7 secrets for $7. That's my low thing. Can't remember what it's called again.
Offer. That's okay. You're doing great.
Low ticket offer is my 7 secrets. And that is all the things I've been through and I've learned and how and it's all about balancing work, kids and self-care, but it's really about how to fit in the self-care. All the tips and tricks and the things that I do in my house, how to fit in the self-care. So I've got that almost all ready to go with a link that people can just buy and all my videos and everything that I've done for that. And I've renamed and completely rebranded my colon cleanse, which I'm not going to call.
Because ladies who did the 30-day reset, what did we think every time Kylie said colon cleanse?
So I've really struggled with this because I'm really into the health side, the health benefits. So I've rebranded that to Flat Tummy Formula, and it's called Flat Tummy Formula, and it's also an evergreen. People can click and link and go and just do this. All the videos are there. The recipe is there. It's the best recipe. When I took these ladies through this 30-day reset, I actually tested another recipe because I've added some extra things in, which is, I know you don't even want to hear it, like parasite cleansers and things. And I had all sorts of good stuff come out, right, which I haven't shared photos with yet, except for with Liz. Liz and I, my bestie for years, we share all those photos of everything that comes out that shouldn't be in our bodies, right? So anyway, so I've got those 2. So I've got those 3 programs getting uploaded, and the weekly focus this week for me is actually finding joy, because that's my big lesson for this week. I've got my bestie coming to visit me, arriving later today, and she's staying till Friday. So I've been working all last week till 12 o'clock at night, all weekend till 12 o'clock last night, and just been working around the clock to get everything set up so then I can hand some things to the VA this week to finish off. But I've got everything done and everything set. Now I'm just sort of waiting for the VA for the tech person to do all the tech stuff that takes me too long to learn. And I'm going to stay in my genius zone and do my stuff. So, and the target for that, we've got another 30-day reset launching on the 23rd of June. So I know Kyle's is going to say 20 people. I have a number 10, because I like that size group. I really loved the size group we had this time. And the other target is 5 people to buy my Reset Foundations course, and 10 people to buy the flat tummy formula.
I love that, Kyles. That's awesome.
And I was in the middle of the maths.
So what's the total dollar figure?
Let's say it's close to 10,000 as well.
I thought it was going to be around 10K. Yeah, cool. Nice. That's great. And I love that you've also set a focus and a priority this week for Joy, because you've got your girlfriend there. And I know that you've worked so hard in getting everything up. And I just wanted to just unpack that with everyone for a moment, because a lot of you, this is the first time that you've gone online and automations. Like Sue just goes, yeah, I do that in my sleep. I've done that like my whole life. Sue taught me half of this stuff. But Kylie, I love that you were open and coachable with this, but I also know that you were like, holy crap, like there's so much work. There are so many pieces to this. There's a video, there's an email, there's all the things. And you worked around the clock to get those all up for our Reset program. But now that's done, how does that make you feel, and what does that make available for you and your kids?
For my one-on-one coaching that I've been doing, these last few clients that have come on board, it's so cool. It's really, really cool. And I'm sending them information. They've got so much value, and I've got time with my kids. I mean, I'm still setting some things up. So I know I'm still in the heat of it. But it's completely different. And my mindset going into a coaching call is different, because I'm not in panic going, I have to give them all this information. They have to know this, they have to know that, they have to know that, and I have to connect and be, a supportive person as well. Whereas now I can just relax and just really listen to them and really nurture that relationship. And after just like these last couple of new people, we've only had a couple of sessions, and they absolutely adore me. They think I'm a genius, and they're just loving the connection. Whereas I think the old me was in panic, like I've got to give all this information because I want you to know all the information.
Yeah.
And sorry I don't mean to take all the time, but can I just mention one more thing about you talking about the video and concentrating on that person? When I first started putting those videos online, and by the way, I'd like to redo a lot of them at some stage.
We all say that, KV, I promise you.
But that was so foreign for me to talk about all of these health protocols just to the camera. And once we had these beautiful ladies on board, I added some videos in, and then I could focus on the particular ladies that we had, and I was just talking to them. And then when I was just talking to them one-on-one, because we had a few one-on-one and those conversations back and forth, I'd get off that call and go, why didn't I just say that in the video to explain that thing? Like, why didn't I just talk like that? So it's really, if I could just look at Jen right now and just talk to her one-on-one, and that's what I need to do in my videos. That's huge. Because I was struggling with that, and I watched videos and like, oh my God, get to the point. Like, what are you?
Well, and that's really important too, right? That you are to the point. You don't want fluff in all of those videos. And so that's where ChatGPT is really good. I do my waffle as a voice note and talk for 20 minutes. And then, that gets turned into a 5-minute key bullet points with, a script. So yeah, that's super powerful as well. Awesome, Kyles. Well done, beautiful. Okay, Sue Cooper, what is your target for June?
I've got 2 targets for June. My first one is revenue-based, is $16,000 for June.
And is that for both businesses combined, or is that
combined?
Yep. Cool.
Yep. And my second target is to work less than 45 hours consistently.
Is that 45 hours for the month? Is that?
So that's for a week.
Can we just rein that back a little bit more?
At the moment, no.
Can we just bring it down to 40?
No. So at the moment, no. But if I can, at the end of June, if I'm at 45 hours, then for July, I will. I'm on a downward trajectory with my hours. So
Good.
I need to do things at my pace, and baby steps will get me to my end goal.
That's all right. We've got a future part of this call talks about what are we letting go of. So we might be able to carve out those 5 hours yet. We'll see.
All right, we'll see.
And that, so I love that, Sue, that there's the financial target, but I freaking love that there's also the work less. So I really love that you and KV have kind of taken that in. And that's important for all of us. Like, you know, for us, and I don't know if you guys saw my post yesterday, it was the 0 to 7 figures the sexy way. And, you know, if I look at who I was up until when I turned 40, I was in my masculine, the make it happen queen, push harder, work around the clock, sacrifice fucking everything to achieve the goal. And you might get there, but you're going to be burnt out and you're going to be there on your own, like I was, divorced, you know, kids feeling like their mum's a freaking workaholic attached to the computer and the phone. Versus when we step into our feminine and we work out how to activate the magical powers that are within us. And, you know, that is a big part of that is feeling sexy as fuck. What do you do to feel sexy? Because that's when you bring in your confidence and that's when the magic happens. So, no, I'm not going to deep dive too much into that in this call, but I want you to know that that's part of what I'm going to be helping you uncover in the 10X Club. And it's why I'm only opening this to women, because we really do have a superpower. And it's not about working harder. It is absolutely about doing less. So I'm really excited for that. And I just love that you had that as one of your metrics, Sue. So that's absolutely perfect. All righty. Mira, what is your target for June and your, oh, sorry, just 2 seconds. Sue, did you say what was your weekly focus, sorry, for to achieve your target?
4,000.
Yep. So that's
I just divided
revenue.
my monthly by 4.
But what's the number one focus for this week or action?
To get that 2 sales.
Result? 2
sales.
Got it.
2 pause for change sales.
Got it. Okay, great. Yep. Cool. Thank you. Sorry, Mira. I just realized I missed that with Sue. Okay, over to you.
No, that's okay. I switched my video off. Should be a bit better, is it?
Yep, perfect.
Yeah, okay, cool. So this is like seriously putting me on the spot because obviously I have no clue. So thank you for the inspiration because, you know, I have a holiday, but I still be working online when I'm in the Netherlands.
Yep.
So I'm just gonna, this weekly goal, I have a weekly goal, which is not money focused because Saturday when I speak at my company's thing in the Netherlands, that's, you know, not paid, which is totally cool. I'm so honored to be asked for that. So, but I think the goal for this week, especially on the plane with all that time on my hands, not to watch movies and stuff, but totally put that presentation together, which I then will be selling online. Because I've just heard so many cool things like evergreen course and low ticket offer. I can maybe already put some things into place on my site, like small offers of the basics of vision boarding. I don't know. We can talk about that, Katie, together.
Absolutely.
I'm really inspired to get that because they just want me to talk, and they said, don't worry if you don't have a presentation, you just do your thing. But I really want to put it on the PowerPoint, obviously on the big screen, to just hear Mira waffle for 45 minutes. I think it's more powerful when the action is also on the screen, obviously. So I think that's a huge goal for this week because I thought, well, let's just go with the flow. If I get to it, I do. But now already in this mastermind, the inspiration is like, shit, yeah, I'm not going to watch any movies. I'm going to have my laptop on my lap. And if my laptop runs flat, I'm just going to write it in my notebook and put it at the stopover in China, plug my laptop in and put the notes in the laptop. I'm going to have a freaking amazing presentation on Saturday, which I then can put into course material to keep my vision boarding workshop going, because I haven't done an online one yet, but I can easily do 2 online vision boarding workshops while I'm in the Netherlands with whichever time zone, who cares? Yeah. So I'm really inspired. So I'm going to do that. So that's the weekly goal. And I think for finances, that's such a really weird, sore emotional spot that I'll just work through as well. I don't know what's going on there. but yeah, I wouldn't know. Maybe if I can make 1,000 for the whole month of June while I'm away by attracting paying vision boarding workshop clients.
And
I
remember,
think
you've
that's
got a SIA as well. So that's another product that you can be promoting over there.
Oh, yeah. You mean the total? I was just thinking my new thing, what we are going to build. Yeah,
Got
you
it.
mean total. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you mean total. Oh, yeah, no, total 5,000 for June should be easily doable.
Perfect.
5,000 for June. And it's
Nice.
not going to happen in this week yet, but yeah,
Yeah.
3
No,
weeks.
I like that. And I love
yeah.
that and this is the power of masterminds. You learn from every single person sharing. So all of a sudden, you've just been open to this whole world of, I didn't know what I didn't know. And
Yeah.
so I was even thinking when you shared that about your vision board workshops, you could turn that into an evergreen that you could sell anytime. And it could be a $97 vision boarding course. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
Cool.
super
Thank you
cool.
so much.
And you could also even do something like what Jen's doing with her membership. And so I know you've got your Everything is Figure Outable program that you're going to be launching, but then you could have that, your vision board, and it all comes under the umbrella that could then have like a weekly connection call,
Yeah.
have like a cacao ceremony, or, make it like women's circle. Like, you could make it so special. There's so many things you could do with that.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, beautiful. And remember the book, to finish the last chapter of your book. Just a little hint, nudge.
Oh, yeah, also the book. But because we were talking money, I'm just really confused. Like, oh, how am I going to create money while I'm in Holland? The book is not creating money. Oh, good thing about the book, I've started the pre-launch. People are ordering because from the pre-launch, I can fund the self-publishing.
Yeah.
So that's already rolling
Yeah.
since a couple of days. So that's
And I
freaking
want
amazing.
you to already speak when you're on stage. You are the author of Everything is Figure Outable. It's being published later this year. So just own that it's done.
Yeah, we have to come up with, maybe masterminding, we have to come up with a different title. There's already Everything is Figure Outable book. That sucks.
Just check with that, because I know that there are multiple books with the same title. So you may be able to still have the same title. I'm not sure about that, but that's something you could look into.
Okay. Yeah, I'll find out, but I'll have enough other inspiring words. Yeah.
And
Cool.
look, I'm
Thank
doing
you.
10x. Grant Cardone's the 10x guy. He was owning that space in a masculine way. And I actually had the 10x coach from Australia that works under Grant Cardone message me going, who are you and what do you think you're doing? I'm like, lovely. He doesn't own 10x. Like, I'm doing my own thing. I've never even read his book. I actually bought his book so I could read it and, find out, okay, so I don't cross the lines. But I said, this is my stuff. I've never done one of his courses. So she was like, oh, okay. So I just want you to, from a mindset perspective, Mira, two things. One, when stuff was coming up around that money target, I'd love you to do a journal exercise and really like do some breath work and meditation, soak up the sun. I know you're outside at the moment, and just journal what was coming up for you, because there's going to be, it'll be beliefs or stories or your identity, the way you see yourself around money. And we need to unpack that so that you can switch it. So for everybody, and this, I've designed this, right, to throw you out of your comfort zone, because I want to have those disempowering stories and limiting beliefs come up. And I want you to start seeing how you see yourself as your identity, because any one of you could make $1 million this year. It's actually really easy. But the challenge is, if you don't see yourself as someone who can do that, then you won't. So it all comes down to identity, beliefs, and stories. So it's really important that we're unpacking that as we go through. And just like peeling a layer, there's multiple layers and it's never ending. That's why we need people like Jen in our lives to do these energetic clearing sessions to get them sorted, and people like KV in our life to get the health sorted. Because I can tell you, when you release 16 kilos and feel fucking amazing in your skin with your health, my geez, that changes this like massively. So yeah. And the other thing is, for your book, Everything is Figure Outable, or whatever title you choose to call it, that's going to be the future program. that you're launching. So there's definitely a money side to that. That's your 10K a month formula, like in your sleep right there. Awesome. All right. So Georgie, and then we'll go to Alison. So over to you, beautiful lady.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
So my focus for the last couple of weeks has just been looking at my birth business. So because I'd spent all that time working as an account manager, I let my birth business, the energy sort of dissipate a bit with that business. So I've actually rejigged my whole website now. I've got my first video on there, which could definitely be upgraded, but that's okay. And I was in a course all of last week perfecting my offer. So what I need to do this week is basically go back towards the coaching business. So I've got 1,700 contacts from my placenta clients over 12 years. So I'm actually lucky that I've actually got people I can reach out to. Obviously, they've never heard from me since they've had their baby. So it's all about creating that email nurturing campaign and working out timeframes of when I want to launch this program. Getting a start date and creating a landing page for my course. So it's really just timings that I'll probably sit down with Kylie tomorrow and nut out as well. So I've still got a few things to do with that. So I want to launch my group coaching program at 1997.
Nice.
And 12 spots, so that would give me 23,964. And so I'd like to even try to do like a pre-launch offer, obviously with that discount. So that's the discounted offer.
Nice.
Just to work on that really this week for sure.
I love it. And did you have a target for the birth business, or is that
so? Look, most of my months with the placentas on their own used to be 15 a month, and now I'm down to like 3 or 4. So I'd really like to do a bit of work around that as well, which I know what I have to do. I just need to do it. So doing the blog posts and maybe doing some email campaigns around the birthing business as well. But ultimately, I would love to get away from the birth business because I'm on call all the time, especially around placentas. I've got to go and pick them up, deliver the pills back to the mums, and it's a lot of, I'm always on call every day, 24/7. So it's I'd love to create a business where I don't have to be on call in the future. But it's good money at the moment.
That makes my heart sing, beautiful lady. I've got goosebumps from head to toe. And that takes fucking courage to really say, you know what, this business that I've had for 12 years, it's not part of my future. So I don't take that lightly, and I just so applaud and acknowledge you. And for all of you, just a reminder, your business is just a vehicle to get you from where you are to where you want to be. And just because you've been in that vehicle for the last 12 years, just like all of us, we have a car. I used to have this brand new bright yellow, speed yellow Porsche Boxster, which I loved. And then I fell pregnant with Alana, and that kind of wasn't suitable anymore. It broke my heart, but I had to trade it in on a 4-seat BMW convertible. So, we tend to get this emotional attachment to things. So it's really powerful. So just love, and I'm excited for our one-on-one session tomorrow.
I just want to use the birth business to give me enough money to create everything else I want to do in the future. So
I love it. I love it.
You.
Well done, beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, Alison. So what we're talking about here, beautiful lady, is we were setting our target for June, and then what is our weekly focus to be able to achieve that. Now, I'm just going to give you 20 seconds to think about that, because I know, Mira, you've got to jump off at 9. So I'll go to you next, Mira, for the last part of the call, which is, what are you letting go of and saying no to that's no longer in alignment, that's also going to allow your vibration to increase? And what is your 10x SOS that you'd like to ask your 10x besties here? So if there's something that you need help with, support, whether it be anything at all, that's the final part of the call. All right, so beautiful. Alison, over to you for your June target and your weekly action focus to achieve that.
hopefully that's a bit better. I'm still driving and in the middle of the countryside, so if you need to jump to Mira so she can go, happy for you to do that. So I guess my target for the month is 55K or more.
Nice.
What was the next bit?
And then what is your weekly focus or action to achieve that?
All right, so my weekly focus and action at the moment is reaching out to media outlets at the moment to be able to share my story and my vision and project, especially in relation to men's mental health at the moment, given it's Men's Mental Health Week, and using the background of being in the police and domestic violence to really encourage the support of men in our lives, because they're on up, don't show emotion, and disbelief if they do actually want to share emotions, want to make change, or have been in a situation where they've been abused. So that's probably the big goal. That's today's goal. And
oh, we lost you for a second there. That's today's goal, and then you disappeared.
Okay, that's on the hill. So tomorrow I'll really be sharing the episode of Taboo Talk that I did, which shares a bit of my story. So that will help gain a bit of momentum. That'll be on Apple, Spotify, all those different mediums. So again, it's building that reputation, and that will then help with the media as well as being able to share the story. Creating and I guess delegating a lot of my admin tasks in the Facebook groups and that, and going, here's my brain dump, here's all my voices impact speech, all my other speech, creating short content to be able to upload to the groups and turn into programs and that sort of thing, so I can really focus on sharing my voice, the vision and the stories to be able to really make that big difference.
Oh, I love it, Alison. Oh my goodness. You are like next level to where you were like last month. It's huge. I love it.
Next level to where I was yesterday. It just keeps changing, and it's very much going with the flow. Like, if you told me a month ago, a week ago, that I'd be wanting to do media and really share this, it would have been like, no. It's been a week. I did the Tough Times article, I've done this, and now it's, hang on, my place needs to be front and centre where people can see it and connect and relate, and then I can funnel them into the groups, give them their resources, and then be able to provide that value and content and that one-on-one if needed. But
love it.
There's more than my initial goal of 5 to be able to help one-on-one that doesn't do service or justice to what I'm doing. So I've had to refine it and go, all right, well, how do I share the message bigger and then be able to funnel them in and be able to give them that support and content that way.
Super powerful, hun. Now, hey, I'm just going to pause you for 2 seconds. I just want to quickly throw to Mira because I know she's got to jump off, and then we'll just do the final round. And I'm sorry it's gone longer than an hour today. So just for you, Mira, because I know you've got to run, can I get you to share what are you letting go of or saying no this week? And then what's your 10X SOS that you want to ask your 10X besties here? And you've got to unmute, beautiful.
Yeah, finding the button. So when you shared that question before, I wrote something down and it made me emotional. So then I know it's true. Yeah. So what do I say no to? With going to the Netherlands, there's lots of stuff coming up. So this is not so much for business, but it's all intertwined. So I'm saying no to my old self, who will appear when I'm there, if that makes sense. They don't know the new me, and it's going to be really, well, not really hard. I think I just be me, the me, Mira now, and they will just experience the new me. But, say no to my old self, which was involving low self-worth, lots of drinking, people pleasing, always doing what my sister wants to hear and never talk back to her. So I also wrote down, what do I say no to? Who do I say no to? I'm going to say no to my toxic sister. It just has to stop, and she's not aware of it, because when we're one-on-one, it's so fun. It's like really weird. She's She has a hard personality to be around. For my daughter as well as my mom, it's a thing. So I don't really know how to deal with that, but I think it'll come up when I'm there. So my SOS is that I'd love to be able to reach out to any one of you when I feel I need one of you. Like right now, I don't need answers or guidance. I don't want to cry. I want to pack my suitcase and yeah, yeah.
I
But I feel
love
there's
that.
stuff coming up. So I think that Georgie can maybe be of
I was
help for
just
me.
gonna say, you two need to connect. As soon as you like that toxic relationship with my sister, I'm like, Georgie's your girl. I love it.
Yeah, and Jen, I'd love to have an energetic healing thing online once I'm in Holland, maybe even before Saturday. So I'll reach out to Jen. I need some KV guidance with the health protocols that I need some clarity over how I can implement them in my daily life because I don't want to gain 5K, which I did 2 years ago when I was in Holland. I gained 5Ks in 4 weeks. Hell to the no to that one. So yeah, I will just be reaching out, from the plane or once I've landed there to keep this better version of myself going.
I love it. Well, we have the Facebook group and the group chat. So you've got two
Oh yeah,
ways
Facebook
you
group.
can
Thank
communicate
you.
with everybody as well as individually.
Will do. Thank you. I love you
Oh,
guys so much
love you,
already.
beautiful. Thanks for jumping on.
See you next week.
Time.
Midnight Holland. Midnight Holland next week. I'll be on. Bye.
Awesome. We can't wait for the
Thanks,
update.
girls.
See you, hun.
Yay. Bye. Bye.
Bye. Oh, I love that. Alrighty. Well, we'll throw to you next, Georgia girl. So, what are you letting go of and saying no to? And what's your 10x SOS? So, what do you want to ask your 10x Biz Besties?
Letting go of, I don't know. I think the work I've done in the last week, especially, is just let me know that I'm capable of getting this work out there. So just letting go of any, mind stuff that might hold me back from really going for it. So I'm really feeling really good about everything right now. But obviously, sometimes it's a struggle to keep that going. So that's my promise to myself to make sure that I don't stay in my own way anymore.
Perfect.
Support needed. It's really just around the tech and like creating a landing page so I can get this program out there. So there's something that the emails are going to get people to look at and have something ready in that regard. So it's really just probably getting some time with Errol as well.
You need some. You
Yeah.
and Kylie are going to be competing for Errol time this week. I love it.
That's all right. Kylie's
Right.
more ready
He has
than I
an
am.
incredible capacity to get shit done.
All good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
And did you have a question, beautiful, that you wanted to ask anyone in the group?
Not really, no. It's really just getting the stuff into the system to be able to get this out to my contacts, really. That's my main focus this week.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And on that, for all of you, when you're putting things together, I'd love you to share it in the 10X Club Facebook group. And that way you're not going to get feedback from just me. You've got all of us to give you feedback as well, which is really
Love
powerful.
that.
Amazing.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you, beautiful. All right, Jen, I'm just going round my screen.
Thank you. Okay, so what I'm letting go of is inconsistency and procrastination and jumping from one thing to the other without finishing things.
Yep.
I do that a lot. My 10X SOS, you asked for it. So I have an Illuminate membership already. It's a low investment membership. I've got people who are in there for free and some paying $44 a month. 44 is the max. And I'm shifting the focus of this group now. So what I'm re-offering to the world is they come in like this mastermind. So it's going to be a membership program. I have a portal full of programs and trainings and hypnosis recordings and healings. There are 5 pillars in there at the moment: spirituality, healing, expansion, mindset, and self-care. And so I'm wondering, firstly, and so what will also be included in this membership that is not included at the moment is a weekly group Zoom call. And I'm thinking also a monthly group spiritual process. It could be a chakra cleanse or something.
Yep.
And already I have a Telegram group where the women are. It's pretty stagnant at the moment. I go into the Telegram group every Monday and I give an oracle card reading and an energy update for the week, which they love. So I'll probably continue that. So my question is, firstly, and I know you love this name, is Illuminate still the right name for it, or should I rebrand it because I'm shifting it quite dramatically? So the investment will be, so at the moment it's $44 a month. It will go up to $498 a month. So that's a big change. So I'm wondering in the name, like,
So what does Nell think about the name? Because it all comes back to your niche.
Oh, Nell. Okay, yeah. I think she would like the name because
I personally love the name. I think it's really cool. You could add a VIP onto the end of it.
Yeah.
If you're wanting to illuminate.
Illuminate VIP. Yes. Okay, yeah. Because what I'm thinking is keeping the people who are in there at, like we talked about, and then they don't come to the group Zooms unless they pay that VIP. Yeah. Okay.
So remember
great.
how when we did the 30-day reset, which was, divine by accident, the Facebook auto invite was on and invited thousands of people to the Facebook group. And then we're like, shit. So then we went, okay, we've got a 30-day reset free and a 30-day reset VIP. So you could have the same thing. You could just have the Illuminate as it is and then have the VIP version, which is the upgraded.
Yeah. Okay, great. So that's one question. The next question is, I'm thinking launch date for it is 1st of July, so that when I sell the women this weekend, they will start in the VIP on 1st of July. Okay, great. My portal, do you think that needs a revamp? I think it's a bit.
I haven't seen your portal. So are you able to do some screenshots and give us a summary in the Facebook group and then just tag me and I can have a look?
Great. Thank you. Yeah, I think that's it. The only other thing is I've got women are in there with all different like they're paying different amounts for the month.
Yep.
And oh no, don't worry. I'll sort that out. Okay. Thank you.
Question? That's okay.
My question was really how do I shift and move them into that VIP? But I think I already know the answer.
So it's about knowing who they are as your niche, what's their pain or problem, and what is it. So people will only buy for one of two reasons: to avoid pain or to have pleasure. So what's the pain or problem they're avoiding? What's the pleasure that they want? And then it's delivering the solution, being the cocoon, or in this case, your membership portal. And it's joining the conversation that they're already having in their head of what they're looking for, and here's the solution. And so you're creating the value around that.
Wow, that's excellent. And so the women in there, they're a little bit different to my new niche market. Yep. However, I think they will they'll still come along the ride because
it's okay. You can let them go. You don't need to, you just need to energetically focus on all of your Nels because they're the ones who happily invest at $497 a month or $498, sorry. And leave the others in that low vibe. Okay.
Yeah. Great.
Some of them might come across, but it's okay if they don't because that's not who you're calling in now.
Yeah. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, beautiful. All right, KV, then Alison, and then Sue Cooper to wrap us up.
Okay, what I'm letting go of, I've struggled with coming up with something except for something really personal this week, which is it's leading into my little Sydney's birthday this week, and this is the week that my marriage broke down like years ago, just before she turned 2, and now she's turning 8. So that's massive, and just the connection and the contact with that side is really quite ridiculous. So that's something I thought I'd let go of it, but because it's ever changing. So that's something, but which I wasn't going to share, but the letting go of business wise is that I've got to be working all the time and I've got to be creating and doing stuff because I'm quite excited about this whole courses and portals and everything. And once you realize what you can do there, I'm like, I could do this as well. There's just so much you can do, and I want it, and I want it all done and live my life the way I want, and just working this many hours and earning this much and then having my kid time, So, I've been doing that. I've been in the heat of it for quite some time now. So I really want to, that's why I thought I need to focus on joy this week and not, which I will, because when someone's in front of me, when my mate Liz is in front of me, I will be completely focused on her and in that present moment with her. But I want to fully be in that present and not be thinking in the back of my mind, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. So I suppose my SOS is leading into that is that I'm believing I've done enough work now and I've handed it to the tech person to do all of those things. And my SOS probably is to you, Kylie, is that is to help that order, because I've put it all there. I've done everything I know, but I may not know to tell him you need to do this, then this, then this, like the order of the process. I'm not, and there may be things in there that I don't know yet, and how important is the order and the instructions, because he still needs instructions, but I'm not familiar with this, so I'm relying. I'm sort of my SOS is that just getting the instructions clear to him and just making sure that all flows. And then my aim is just to kind of release it and let it happen this week and just let that flow this week while I'm finding joy.
So really powerful question, Piles. And so if there's it's who, not how, right? So your job isn't to figure out the how, because you've got the who can do the job. And that's Errol, the VA. And this is why a lot of team relationships don't work and become toxic, bringing in Georgie, is because we want to control our who's. So we need to trust that we've got the right who knows how to do their job, to do what they've got to do. It would be like me engaging Sue Cooper and then telling her how to do SEO for my website. Like, that would be ridiculous, because she's the expert, she's the who, and I need to let that go. I just need to set the intention. This is what I want to achieve. I find the who. So what do I want? I want to 10x my business, for example. Who do I need to help me with that? Well, I need Sue Cooper to be able to SEO the bejesus out of my website. But then I need to trust in her ability to be able to do that, because then if I'm trying to tell Sue what to do, I'm stuck in the how, and the how is a giant handbrake for your business. And that's for all of us. And we can delve even deeper than that into a thing called the Wealth Dynamics profile, which I know, Sue, you've done. So you're creator, aren't you, with Wealth Dynamics? Are you creator mechanic? Yeah, I thought so. And so Sue's got a double whammy, because her natural personality side is the who, because that's who she is. Oh, sorry, the how, to figure out how to do it. So it's more difficult for Sue to let go of that figuring out how, because that's her natural personality side when it comes to creating wealth. Whereas the first thing we need to do is, what is it we want, which is the idea, which is the creator. And then we need to go into the branding and the launch, and who do we know that we can share this with? And that's obviously the power of the mastermind. How is the absolute last thing that we need to do? So it's a perfect question, Kyles, and this is about trusting in the process. And this is a big part for all of us about coming into our feminine energy, and that sexy as fuck 7 figures, is that trusting is a big part of it as well. So I would suggest, if you followed the order of what I put in the Trello for you, that is the right order, because I'm the who for the strategy, and then trusting in Errol's ability to be the right who to do the tech stuff to build it out. And then we'll test. And obviously it's always coming back to review. You got to test and measure everything to make sure it all works. And just have a fucking amazing week with your girlfriend and celebrating Sydney's birthday.
Yeah. Thank you. That's the plan. Well, that's what I've worked so hard.
You
All
have.
of I have worked so hard up to now. So that's the plan. I think I struggle just letting go of that. So just that I'm supposed to be working towards it. So now I have to just trust and let that go. Thank you.
You are most welcome. All right, beautiful. Alison, I know we've been a bit disjointed for you today. I'm sorry, but what are you letting go or saying no to? And what's your SOS?
I guess I'm just letting go of all the bullshit and the things that are stopping me just showing up and getting out there and doing it. Like making excuses that I don't have the content, so I don't know who's going to do it, who wants it, and just actually doing it. Because it's like when you're saying it's like, well, I haven't got a program yet. What do I need to include in the program? I've got it all there. Most of it's done in all my brain dumps. It's just now actually going, all right, someone else has got to collate it, put it all together and present it all pretty rather than me trying to do all the pretty bits and pieces. So I'm better off just doing my big brain dump ideas and let someone else collate it, pretty it all up.
Yeah.
So really focusing that this week and going, all right, here's all the information. You put together what needs to be put together so it can all be presented, and then just reaching out to where I can be the most visible and make the most impact.
Yeah.
So that's probably what, and then not worrying about who's watching, who's going to see it, how they react and care, because at the end of the day, it's the truth. And if they don't like the truth, that's on them. It's not on me. And one of the big things is the kids and how it impacts them, especially Thomas at the moment. But he knows the truth. It's not mentioning names. It's not mentioning that. If he wants to believe his dad, well, that's on him at the moment. I can't do anything more about that. But that shouldn't stop me from making the impact and difference I am. So that's probably the real big.
Yeah. Alice, I think you and Georgie are also very aligned in that space. Whilst you've got a different product program, there's a lot of connection and similarities. So it'd be great for you two to be able to connect if you haven't already as well.
And he said, where do I need help? All the tech side, putting all the ideas from this ADHD amazing creative brain onto paper, into systems, into all that. So I don't have to do it, because I just go, oh yeah, I can do it. And then I get sidetracked and don't do it. And so that's probably the big area I need help. And I'm happy to delegate and go, this is everything. You do what you need to do with it. You create it, you make it all pretty and do what's needed.
Yeah.
Because I'm wasting so much. It's like my guide, trying to perfection that and get it all done and dusted and printed in to make sure it's an A5 booklet. I'm not just wasting time doing it, whereas someone else who loves that tech, creative, is going to get, oh, here's all your information. I've collated it. All right, we're missing something here. I've done it all. Just review it. All right, done. It's published.
Yeah.
So that's probably where.
Babe, because you're in the 10X Unlimited, can you just book in a call with me so that we can get that sorted, like in the next 24 hours, please?
Yes.
That would be great, today or tomorrow.
Well, as I said, I'm stopping today. I don't have to, well, I've got to actually be somewhere this afternoon, but this morning is like, all right, I can catch up. What have I got to book in? What have I got to do? And really get that back end stuff done so I can focus on where I want it. Like I've already, again, the media stuff was delegated. I've got someone who's reaching out to all the media and different people have gone, well, I've got a connection.
I was just going to say, have you got someone with media connections? So yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. She'd already goes, I've already started drafting your media blog. Do you want them to contact you directly on me? And I said, no, you let them contact you, and then when you know you've got someone, ring me and I'll be there. So yeah, that all happens at about 7 o'clock this morning.
There's also a lady I know of. I think she's on the Gold Coast, who is a media person. So just remind me and I'll connect you with her as well. I haven't spoken to her for ages, but she could be another really good connection for you too. Oh, and you've just frozen. All right, let's go to you, Sue Cooper, to wrap us up. So what are you letting go of? Oh, you've all frozen. Maybe it's me. Have you got me back?
She'll call it divine intervention because we've gone so far over and we all have to go.
Oh, here we go. Okay. So Sue Cooper, sorry. I thought Alison froze, but it was me. So Sue, I am so sorry that it's gone over. So Sue, can you share what are you saying no to, letting go of this week, and what's your SOS?
So my love language is words of affirmation, which is great. But the downside of that is when you speak to me negatively, it's like sticking a knife in my heart. And my husband does it all the time. So, with as much love as I can muster, because I can be really brutally no fluff language, with as much love as I can muster, I'm going to explain to him for the 79th time that what he says to me has such an impact. But I'm going to add to it this time, and I am going to let his words go in one ear and out the other, and learn that that's who he is, and I don't have to take on his thoughts, and they don't have to be my thoughts.
Perfect. So two things. Would love for you to connect with Georgie for a conversation. And this is important that we all support each other and we're all getting research, market research, right? To be able to help us launch our programs, because this is the safe space. The second thing is, what's Daryl's love language?
Gifts.
Gifts. Okay. So that's the other thing is his love tank full, and making sure that he's getting his, because it's a two-way street, right?
Yep.
Perfect. And what was your SOS, my love?
I don't have anything at the moment.
Okay.
Unless someone wants to send me a new husband. No, I joke.
Well, maybe if you give him gifts, you'll have a new husband.
I do. So, as an example, I made dessert specifically for him last night. It was something that I don't even like. So, like, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And,
anyway.
And just from the outside looking in, that might be more of an act of service rather than a gift.
Yeah,
so might not be receiving it as his love.
Yeah. Maybe so.
There's some conversations there for sure.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, ladies. Well, amazing first call. I'm so sorry that it's gone over. We will be way more intentional as we move forward. So what I would just love is a literally 10-second wrap up. Just how are you feeling, or your greatest aha, or whatever 10 seconds you want to share from the call. So Jen, you first, then Georgie, go.
I'm just really excited to refocus and pinpoint my goals. Thank you.
Love it. Beautiful. Georgie, then Sue.
Yeah, just love being here with all of you, and it's great that we're working towards similar things together. So thank you, everyone.
Yay. Sue, then Al.
I'm excited to be here, and it feels really empowering to have focus and purpose in what I do to build my business.
Yes, I love it. All right, Ali, then KV.
I think it's just that alignment, connection, and community again with other amazing women who have got visions, directions, and want to change the world in their little bubble and what they're doing.
I love it. So proud of you, beautiful. Well done. And KV.
I think the world's ready for new women, and it's just so beautiful us coming together in community, and this is what we need to do: collaborate, share, and learn from each other and springboard off of that. It's incredible. Thank you.
Beautiful. I love you, ladies. All right. Well, congratulations on your first call. I'm proud of you all for being open and real and raw and authentic and vulnerable. So make sure that you do take a moment after this call to just journal what those actions are, what your focus is, and make sure that you're in communication in both the group or the chat if you do have any SOSs between now and next week. So, alrighty, love you all, sending you all love, and I'll see you next Monday. See you, lovelies.
Yeah.